Good morning guys, thanks for joining me for another What I Ate in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. If you're new here, my name's Leanne, thanks for coming by, and if you're coming back, as always, thanks ever so much for doing so. Today is Tuesday. Usually on a Tuesday my mum will be over for dinner, but they are having a little mini break, so mum's not. I am currently just making some breakfast. You'll be pleased to know it is 9:30 in the morning, so I am actually having a proper breakfast. And I'm actually making the same thing I did yesterday because it really worked for me. So what I'm making is a vegan bacon and mushroom pitta. The pitta is my healthy extra B wholemeal pitta, and I've got some chestnut mushrooms and 4 rashers of the Richmond streaky rashers, which are 1.5 syns for 2. So it's 3 syns plus my healthy extra B plus speed in the mushrooms. Okay, everything just came together really quickly, so rather than try and film the ensuing chaos, I thought I'd just show you when I'm back at my desk. Okay, here is my breakfast pitta, stuffed full of mushrooms and vegan rashers. This is the Richmond streaky rashers, same as yesterday. It's the other half of the pack, so 4 rashers, and just cooked in a dry pan with the mushrooms, obviously non-stick. Yeah, the rashers are 1.5 for 2 syns. Sorry, 1.5 syns for 2 rashers. So it's 3 syns for this. I do have another packet of these rashers in my fridge. I assume that I also bought the wrong ones on the second pack, but I think that this could become a really good go-to breakfast because it's really quick and easy to prepare. Like, it's the same amount of time as it would take me to make just normal toast or whatever, or a cheese toasty or anything like that. And obviously I'm getting a bit of speed in there. And I feel like I'm not overeating, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I've got some protein in there, so it's like it feels like a better option. I mean, it's not ideal because of fake meat, but it is really nice and it encourages me to eat it. So I don't know. But yeah, as discussed in yesterday's video, I'll go careful to get the Richmond back rashers in future, which are, I think, they're 1/2 syn for 2 rashers. So that would make this just 1 syn plus healthy extra B, which would be, I think that's brilliant. And then to go with it, I've also got a coffee, slightly different to normal, because I did myself a foamy one today. Purely because my ongoing coffee saga, where my coffee is still lost in the depths of Every on its way to me, although it's obviously not on its way to me. It's now a week late. It should have been here this day last week. So I'm living on my one that I got from the supermarket that I really am not a fan of that much, but I bought it now, and I bought 2 boxes stupidly because it was on offer. So for the next few days at least, I'll be on this one. So I thought to make it a bit more palatable, because I just find it a little bit bitter. The one I've got is a Starbucks one. But usually I have 100 mils of my almond barista. But today what I've done is I had 200 mils. I heated it in the microwave, and then I foamed it up with the little frother, and then put the coffee in, and hopefully that'll make it a bit nicer because it's going to be a bit sweeter. The only thing is, of course, this is 2 syns instead of 1 syn now. So this breakfast is 5 syns in total, and I would imagine strongly that I'll have another coffee later. Probably won't be another 2 syn one, because that just feels like an awful lot to start using on coffee. Yeah, my addiction is very specifically Alpro Almond Barista. I love it. I'm not giving it up for anything. If they ever stop doing it, I will have major issues. Anywho, I'm gonna eat. Bye. Hey guys, so it's currently just gone 12. I'm not having lunch quite yet because I'm in the middle of a task at work, probably for the next couple of hours. But I was quite hungry. Well, not hungry, but I fancied something, and I had a bit of a sweet tooth going on. And also I wanted my second coffee. So I've made another coffee. I have done it the same way as the other one because the coffee I bought is so gross compared to the normal one I have. So I've made another foamy one with 200 mils of my barista. So that's 4 syns on coffees I've used, plus the 3 for the rashers. So we're on 7 right now, and I'm just having a little snack as well. So nice. The juiciest, ripest, most delicious melon ever. This is a whole melon cut up. I'm not planning on eating it all. I just didn't really see the point in decanting it into another thing, so I just put it all in a pot, and I thought I'll just eat what I want and then I can just put the rest straight in the fridge. So obviously that is a speed food. It is now 2 o'clock and I'm just having a cup of the soup I made yesterday. This is completely sin-free. Watch yesterday's video to get what I put in it, but it's loads of speed veg and some potato and stock basically. So pretty basic, but very, very tasty. Full transparency, I fell asleep for like 2 hours. I was just feeling really cold and horrible, and so I laid on my bed and wrapped up in my blanket, and I was only intending to like sort of sit on my phone for a bit, and I just so yeah, it is currently nearly 10 o'clock and I'm not long waking up, and I was like, oh my god, what day is it, where am I? So I'm just quickly making some food. I just need something in my tummy, and I'm doing something very quick and easy, very, very simple. So I'm doing charred broccoli and smoked tofu, and I'm flavouring it with Caribbean jerk seasoning. Sorry about all the seasoning everywhere. So this was fun to get in a teaspoon. The technique is to pour it from there into the lid, then kind of hold the teaspoon over there, and then pour it from the lid back into the teaspoon over the top of those things. That's the way to do it. And the reason we have to measure it is because this jerk seasoning has sugar in it, and it's actually half a syn per teaspoon, which is absolutely fine. But it is important to note that sometimes on spices. I knew that when I bought it. This is my first time trying it as well. So I'm going to have another teaspoon on here. Probably no more than that because I don't want it too spicy. And oh my god, it smells amazing. I just got hit with the allspice. I have 3 sprays of of olive oil, the Bertolli mild and light olive oil. So that's 3 syns, and then plus my 2 teaspoons of this, that's going to be 4 syns for this, which, if my maths is correct, only puts me on 11 for today anyway, so we're doing good, guys. Here is the finished product, guys. So it's actually in a small bowl, not my usual, like that's the size of my usual big bowls. And I used 3 teaspoons of the jerk seasonings, that's 1.5 syns, plus the 3 sprays of oil, so that's 4.5 syns. It's honestly really, really nice. I really like that seasoning. That's a good choice. Here's my dinner again in different light. Don't know why you'd want to see that. I was just going to say I made myself a cup of tea as well. Yes, I went on a scratch card the other day. It's £5. I'm saving that for when it will come in handy. I'm going to fill out my diary in a sec as well. Top marks for me. Hey guys, so dinner was delicious. It was a little spicy, but not overly so. If I'd have used another teaspoon, it would have been too much for me. I'm not that spice tolerant. I love my food to have flavour, and I love the flavour of spices. I don't like it too spicy, like hot. But yeah, no, that seasoning is lush. I highly recommend. I'll tell you what, all the ones I've tried so far from that Cape, what are they called? Cape Herb and Spices. They're so good, and like they feel expensive to buy because they're like £3.50 for the tin, but they're big tins, and actually when you're buying a normal thing of herbs or whatever, they're anywhere between £1 and £2 normally, I think. So, you know, and compare the size, like the Cape ones are double, so I mean it's actually probably not much more expensive. And they're really good mixes, like really, really flavoursome. So yeah, just bear in mind that jerk one is half a syn per teaspoon because there is some brown sugar in there. But yeah, I have just drunk my cup of tea. I've had some water, loads of water actually, because I felt really thirsty. And that's me done. I'm going to go to bed now properly. Here is my diary page for the day. So I've obviously, I mean, it's very similar to yesterday, to be honest. Just less food, basically. I'd be lying if I said my tummy wasn't very slightly rumbling right now. But I'm just going to try and ignore it and go to bed. Because, yeah, obviously that wasn't like very much food for tea. But it's fine. So, yeah, I think I've not had that many calories today, to be honest, certainly compared to normal. So I don't know, maybe that's a good thing the day before weigh day, but hey ho. Anyway, right, so coffees and breakfast were a total of 7 syns, because I had those like foamy coffees today. Obviously I only had soup for lunch plus melon. Gave myself a little heart because it was so damn nice. I ate about half that container. I don't know if I showed it after I finished what I wanted, but yeah, I had about half of the container, so the other half is in the fridge for tomorrow or whenever I want it, you know. I've still got one of those big mugs of soup left, so that's really, really good. Nice sin-free option. Again, probably have that tomorrow. And then obviously dinner. I love this term smofu. I want to say it was Vegan Techno in the comments who calls it smofu. I'm sorry if it's not. I may have got confused between a couple of different ones. Anyway, love that term. So thank you for introducing me to that. Hilarious. Smoked tofu. And obviously the syns in dinner came from 3 sprays of oil, 3 teaspoons of jerk seasoning at 1.5. So in total, that actually only puts me on 11.5 syns, which I am really pleased about because that wasn't planned at all. And that's a really nice result. So there we go. That's all from me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for weigh day. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Sorry it's not been a particularly exciting one today, a lot of repetitive food like yesterday, but you know, reality is we have leftovers and we have repeats of meals. I'm just pleased that I've kept my syns a lot lower today, so that's made me feel a lot like better about things, even though I'd be lying if I said I wasn't feeling slightly hungry, but that's okay. Just gonna ignore it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, and tomorrow's hump day. After that, all downhill to the weekend. See you tomorrow.